40 years in TV, Phil. Congratulations. Do you think that's long enough for me now to share with the world our very secret, inappropriate nicknames for each other? I think so. Well done, Crunchy Pants. Lots of love, Crispy Nicks.
Congratulations, Philip.
Big love, Phil.
Mwah.
Philip, I can't believe it. 40 years in broadcasting. Congratulations, bravo. And you run in broadcasting longer than any of my shows. So I'm actually a little bit annoyed about that. But it's a fantastic thing, a great achievement.
Hey, Philip, congratulations. Swing your pants.
Philip, just a massive congratulations on 40 years in show business.
My heartiest congratulations to you.
Philip, 40 years in TV. Amazing.
The stage is set, the guests are all ready. Let's welcome the man himself! Da, 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 da. Woo!
Oh my God.
Are you sure you're okay with this?
Oh no, this is... I've got, do you know the weird thing is, I've got my earpiece in my pocket.
Ah, see? You won't be needing it.
Oh, no, I
Because
can't
you
hear
don't know
anything.
what's happening, you don't know what's happening. 40 years, love.
Well, I just said to you then, I'd forgotten.
I know.
I mean, it's not, I don't sort of mark these sort of things.
Yeah.
So, in my research for the book that I did last year or the year before, I figured out the timings, and then I wrote that down, and then I just sort of moved on.
I know, but we couldn't let it go. 40 years, I mean, it's crazy. And we go back, way back, for goodness sake. And do you remember, I loved doing This Morning with you. Do you remember when Fern wanted a wee day off, and I used to come in, because I had makeup on the Monday, and I used to just toddle over, and you were so kind and welcoming and easy. It was just like talking to a pal.
Well, I mean, that's the lovely thing about the show. It's the lovely thing about all of this and all of us. We're all in the same building. Everyone is, you know, it's all part of a great team. That's the one thing I love. I think that when I started, I mean, there are all sorts of things you discover over the years, what it's going to be like. But I realised I loved being part of a team. Yeah. And that's, you know, that's a nice feeling. It's the safety in that.
Oh, very much so. You know everybody's got your back. So that is fantastic. We used to have such a laugh, though, and still do. And I know you still do this, but you used to dress up. Do you remember we dressed up as mad things?
What sort of... Don't say anything out loud that I'm going to regret later.
No, we dressed up for the show. We never dressed up for one another. It was actually for the show. I mean, I remember dressing up as Joan Collins and all. Yeah. All sorts of...
Look at you.
Look at you. I mean, we really... It got out of control. It got out of control. It really did. Do you know what? I was so glad to be part of that team. It was really good. And I know you've had loads and loads of hosts over the years, but one very, very close to your heart. But, you know, sometimes things go awry, don't they?
Do they?
Shall we have a look?
Good morning.
Welcome to...
I'm Phillip Schofield. I'm really chuffed to be here.
Here's a look at what we've got to look forward to.
Well, Philip. What? I love you.
Right. Time now for a phone-in, and it's on the first time you had sex.
My fiancé at the moment, he's a bit paranoid in case I might tell my mother what happened was on the wedding night.
She may come. I mean, she may take the whole lot.
Oh, God. The horse has left the building. Into the lift.
What's going on there?
Good, enough.
So you don't mind dunking a bit of beef, do you?
I'm in brown today, because we're all in the set. I'll be all over the internet now, and all over the carpet.
We celebrated on behalf of each and everyone.
OK. Sit. Oh, he's got a thing on. Very much looking forward to going over to the City of Biscuits.
And our man, Mr. Sogdong, has been...
For God's sake, stop. Never in my life have I seen a sight like this.
I've got a mouthful of beef.
Not again.
Stop it!
Lasagna is one shit, all right? Lasagna is two shits.
We're on the telly. I know. How could I ever say no to that?
Look, she's been your partner 13 years. How did that happen? It's Holly. Hey, Holly. Da, 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 da. We have to do the doors. It has to be done. It's so nice to see you.
Thank you. Thank you. I really want to hug you so bad, Schofield, but I can't. Are you okay?
I think
Is
we
weird?
hug from today
Next
or
week, I
next
think.
week.
Are we allowed
or-
to hug next week?
I don't know.
I'm going to go crazy hugging.
Oh, yeah, me too.
People will be running away from us.
We're going to be all over each other.
Never going to stop.
Absolutely, absolutely. This man,
I know.
when you first started, though, you really wanted Holly. Did you two work on Dancing on Ice first?
A couple of years, wasn't it? We did a couple
Right,
of
so
years
you
together.
knew that worked beautifully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously.
Well, I mean, when Fern decided to leave, and the discussions are starting, and I said, "There's only one person. It has to be Holly."
I don't know why you were so convinced of that, and I thank you every day, because I know that really you were on your own with that school of thought, and it was really down to you kind of standing by that I got that job. Like, without a doubt, if it wasn't for you, there is no way that I'd be doing This Morning today. And I came onto that show and I was green and new and didn't really know. I knew how to do a bit of telly because I'd done Saturday morning, so I knew the nuts and bolts, but I didn't. Like, This Morning is a huge, grown-up, important, big telly show, and I just sat there and, like a sponge, absorbed everything and learned everything. And
that's the thing, though, it's the generosity.
So generous.
We're talking about you as if you're not there. It's the generosity.
So
of this
generous, so
It's true,
kind,
yeah.
so patient, willing to just guide me through it. He still does it now. I'll still look at him and go, "You do this bit." And he never looks at me like, "Oh my God, really? Come on." You know, he's just that person.
And you're
just
genuine friends. I mean, we talked about that when you were in the show.
Yeah.
We talked about that when you were on too. It's a genuine friendship, and there's a mutual respect there that you can see. You see it every day.
I don't think you could do this amount of telly without...
It would be very hard to do this amount of telly if you weren't friends.
You couldn't. You couldn't. It would be. We do have messages from people that you have worked with who want to send their love. First one is from Fern, who you mentioned. Here's Fern.
40 years is an incredible milestone, and it's time for you to just stop and look back and see all that you have achieved, and be proud of it, you know? So I'm wishing you a very happy future. Congratulations, and keep going.
Congratulations.
Ah,
that's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
From the heart, from the heart.
Very much.
Now, Richard and Judy, R&J, they've been in touch as well. Here we go.
Well, hello, Philip. Congratulations.
Many congratulations, Philip. It's impossible to tell that you've been 40 years in television. You must have been a baby in arms when you had your first audition.
Because we kicked off This Morning all those years ago, it's fantastic that you and Holly, but we're talking about you here, have kept that. That's an important torch to us, and it's still burning bright. And we're really, really grateful for that, actually, on a sort of quite fundamental level. Anyway, many congratulations. We're delighted you've reached 40.
40 very successful years. Lots of love, Phil.
And honestly, Phil, I know everyone says this to you, and this is an old Barry Cryer joke, I have to warn you, you don't look your age. You did once, but not now. No, that's Barry Cryer. Take care. All the best.
You really
sweet.
don't. You really don't look your age. It is ridiculous when I sit here thinking 4 decades in television.
I know, it's a bit old.
You're like Peter Pan. Like the boy that never grew up.
Peter Pan. I'm not surprised that you're getting a bit emotional, because we kind of all are. But hey, you were known as the King of Saturday Morning.
In 1985, Philip became the first host of children's BBC's Broom Cupboard. Who said telly was all glamour?
Hiya! We've ended up back in the broom cupboard for a few days. Never mind, not to worry. How are you? All right?
The broom cupboard hadn't existed. It was a new thing, and it had gone stratospheric in its popularity. Philip, of course, brilliant broadcaster. Along comes Gordon the Gopher. Everybody thinks it's terrific. When you're on so often, every day, people get to know you. You become like their best friend.
What do you think about the programme? Hey, pretty cool, eh?
Big shoes to fill? Yeah, you could say so.
We started working with Phillip Schofield way back in the last century in 1987.
That was on BBC One's Going Live.
And when we were going for the job on Going Live, and the producer pushed us into a room with Phillip Schofield and a chicken costume and said, "Try and be funny, lads."
And Philip still wears that chicken costume at home to this day.
What was it like working with Phil? Like finding a really good friend. You felt exactly the same way about pace, about light and shade, about humour, and about sometimes pushing the boundaries. It was just a terrific experience for 6 whole years. He's flipping good at what he does.
We did the Radio 1 Roadshow with Philip because he invited us to join him, and he said, why don't you drive around the country with me in my open-top BMW? And actually we made him late one day, and so important was the Radio 1 Roadshow to Great Britain that Philip managed to organise a police escort to get us through the town. His power is amazing. He's very professional and very powerful.
The
I'm not sure about powerful.
No.
I think that was the BBC saying, you get here right now.
They were huge, though. We saw you there, like it was like live.
Oh, the roadshows were amazing. That was one of my biggest ever ambitions. I lived in Newquay at the end of Fistral Beach, and every year in the summer, the roadshow came to town. It was like a circus, travelling circus, and I was always the first kid there, sat on the front row, about sort of 8, 9, 10, 11, watching them set it up, then watch the show. Well, I'd love to do that, and then years later, started working at Radio 1 and ended up on that beach, on that stage, looking out.
Wow, that's amazing, isn't it? To visualise that and then for it to happen.
It was a big tick, that one.
You know, we've obviously seen loads of Philip's career on screen, but we're joined now by his lovely wife Steph and his eldest daughter Molly. Hi, you two. It's lovely to see you.
Hi.
Oh, it's so nice to see you. And Steph, you two, you've got this brilliant relationship. What do you think is the key to Philip's success 40 years on the telly? Because you've been there, you know.
I know, I don't have a clue. No, I think your previous guests have hit the nail on the head. He is genuinely interested in people and interested in, you know, he's always reading the news, he's always keeping up on everything. And yeah, he's good fun.
Good fun. Good fun. Molly, though, growing up with your dad on the telly, I mean, that's your normal, isn't it? But sometimes it must have been a little bit odd.
I mean, I've always been so proud of him, but I can remember going on a school trip to see him in Dr. Dolittle and all my friends wanting to go and find him for an autograph. And I can remember queuing up myself. I just wanted it as well. I felt so left out. I wanted to do it as well.
That's brilliant. It really is. Philip, you've got a cracking family. You really have. I mean, what do they... It's a hard one to do, hard question to ask. What does Steph and what do the girls mean to you?
Oh, everything. Everything.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely everything. We've obviously, clearly, you know, had changes in our lives, but I've said, you know, it's always us four, but slightly different.
Yeah.
But I was with Steph and Ruby during the big storm on Friday, and when the Wi-Fi. I'm still trying to figure out where you are, how you've got Wi-Fi.
I know we're hot.
Yeah, we have no internet.
Because the Wi-Fi went off and the power went off and the trees were coming down, but we were all together for that, you know. So that's essential. And Steph has been the most incredible foundation and support and rock throughout my whole career. My girls, I couldn't be more proud of. And so, yeah, we're a fan, and it works.
Can I just say that Ruby wanted to be here, so she sends her love and her congratulations too.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thanks, Ruby.
You've got a fantastic family.
Thank you,
you really have.
Easy.
It's lovely. And 40 years. I mean, here's to the next 40, eh, Steph?
Oh, yes, I need him to keep working.
As always, the last word. I love it. That is absolutely brilliant. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thanks,
I know
guys.
it means the world to us and also to Philip too.
Don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Lorraine on the ITV Hub and all the best clips, compilations and playlists right here on our channel. Just subscribe now and you'll never miss an upload. Click here to watch another video similar to this one, or click here to head to our channel's homepage to explore all of our exciting videos.